it wasn't working, and I'm just like pushing the buttons now. I tried Slobs. It didn't work. I'm now on OBS, and I'm happier. We'll try Slobs again later, because Slobs wants to send it to my Tobias the Adequate page, and I was trying to do it on my regular page, because that's where I told everybody everything was. And it's Wednesday. Hi! Hey, let's do a quick crossfade over, and you guys can see what I look like. Hi! It's Wednesday. Oh, OBS is powerful. SLOBS is simplified but also powerful, and also kind of like dangerous in its trying to make it so easy for you that it forgets to let you tell it to do things. So that's suitably weird. It's Wednesday. It is the penultimate show for this week, and I have some new stuff. I have some old stuff. I have some old stuff that sounds new. And I have some new stuff that is entirely new. I think that's covered everything. I've also been occupied by a cat a lot, and that's part of why I was late getting started. Because I had a cat. And, you know, cat. Gotta pet the cat. Alright, so. I have my list. I have some instruments. I have, hopefully, a few people watching. It always thrills me when I go back and I look at the video streams and see the number go up. Well, Joan, how does the new stuff sound old? I will tell you. I'm doing some stuff that's brand new that I've not done before, but I have heard. And so it reminds me very much of old stuff, and I'm going to do an old song which I have done, but I'm going to do it in a different way, and I'll tell you why as I get to that point. Yeah, it's actually every bit as complicated and confusing as it sounds, and yet we're going to continue to do it because why? Well, it's apparently a compulsion at this point. Let's launch this sucker, shall we? Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's 4 foot taller, and he's got brown or sandy hair. And he has a hat and tankard, and he wears these great big boots. And he wanders around in a loincloth or one of them doublet suits. He stands out in a crowd. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's a unique individual, no one else can compare. For he always sings or juggles as he goes about the town. And he always has a great big sword that ought to narrow it down. I've really got to stop thinking about the song as I'm doing it. Just sing the bloody song, Tobias. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's the coolest guy in all the world. Yeah, I have to stop and stare. Don't recall if it's pickles, pretzels, or if it's popcorn that he sells. But you can hear him coming from a mile away on account that he wears bells. Jingle, jingle, jingle all the way. Like a herd of reindeer wrapped in burlap. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He is the coolest guy in all the world, I truly do declare. If you saw my friend in person, then you know of whom I speak, for he dresses like a pirate. Now isn't that unique? Pirate! With pointy ears. Elf pirate. And gossamer wings. Fairy elf pirate. And a kilt. Scottish fairy elf pirate. Horns. Demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And fangs. Vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And a foxtail. Nobody really knows why. Do you know my friend from Faire? I think I saw him over there. His name is Wolf or Hawk or Raven, or I think it might be Bear. Well, we've never met outside of Faire, but I'm sure he'll be along. Hey, wait a minute. I'm talking about you. I guess I'll end this song. There we go. And hey, Relly! Holy crap, Relly. Relly from my many, many years out on the West Coast. Yes. With bells on, yes. Oh my gosh. Do you know my friend from Faire? I used to say that song was eventually going to collapse under its own weight. But when I first did the pirate line, I thought I had covered everything until I realized, wait, forgot fangs. So now he's a vampire, demon, Scottish, fairy, elf, pirate. Yes, that's the Domino Kitty who is back there. Oh, you can actually see her. Domino, you're famous. People love you. Look up from grooming and say hello. That's the Domino Kitty in a nutshell. Huh? What? Where? Who? It's a dang good thing that she's cute. Now, this next song, speaking of old Faire songs, I've told this story a couple of times, I think, but I don't think I've told it to the people who are listening now. So, once upon a time, long time ago, way off in the wilds of Marin County, there's a group known as the Jolly Beggar. That was Molly and Linda and Matthew and Rory, and it was a different Matthew. Although there were some similarities. We're both kind of blonde, kind of hairy. We're both tenors. That other Matthew liked boys, I like girls, and that maintained the cosmic balance. And one day, the Matthew who liked boys was not able to perform, and Molly asked me to sit in with them. And it was astonishing, really. It was one of the biggest honors I've ever had, because Jolly Beggar was like the group. You know, there's a lot of groups that are the group for that particular time, for their particular time frame, and Jolly Beggar was like, yeah. And I got to sing a lot of songs with them, and when I started doing more music, I asked Molly, in my infinite hubris, if I could use a sobriquet of the Beggar's Legacy, because she let me sing with them and encouraged it, and she said, so go right ahead. It's basically a big party. We're just the ones in front. And so I've been working on a number of songs out of the Jolly Beggar songbook. The Renaissance Faire music has a tendency to move in kind of trends. When I started doing Faire, Country Matters had been a big group for a long time, so a lot of stuff was coming out of the Country Matters song group in California. Then stuff started coming out of the Jolly Beggar songbook, and then the Poxy Boggart songbook, and I don't even know who's doing what there, because I haven't been on the West Coast now for almost a decade. And it's been almost 2 decades now?
We've been in Texas
for
9 years.
Yeah.
We were in Oregon and out of the California fairs for 6 years.
Yeah, we were in Oregon and out of the California fairs for 6 years, but I actually did come back and visit the California fairs a lot during the first couple of years of that, and then we discovered some things. Yeah, so this one is, in fact, this song right here. It is a work in progress. Now, it is John Barleycorn, but if you've heard John Barleycorn as sung by, I can't remember which bands. There are a couple of bands that did it, that get played on FM radio a lot. And it's not them. It's not that version. It's, in fact, a song that's done to the tune of another song called The Idiot by Stan Rogers. And I went and found the chords to The Idiot, and I have applied them to the verses, and this is entirely a work in progress, so we're going to go with my standard disclaimer here at the Troubadork Show. I'm not very good at this, but we're going to try. John Barleycorn to the sea's gone down in a ship both bold and new, the thirstiest lake of Captain Drake and all his loyal crew, to venture brave through wind and wave, the Spaniard for to halt. Though he die of Spanish grape, he'll live as English malt. So we'll strike him down and we'll bind him round, and we'll serve him worse than that. We'll grind his bones between 2 stones, and we'll bung him in a vat. And we'll drink his health in nut brown ale, and we'll raise our glasses high. For before that he can live again, John Barleycorn must die. John Barleycorn to the courtin's gone, all dressed in fine array, in pewter clad from toe to head, to win a lady. Can't prove the poetry that he declaims will stand him in good stead. For the ladies there all do declare they love it more than bread. So we'll strike him down, and we'll bind him round, and we'll serve him worse than that. We'll grind his bones between two stones, and we'll bung him in a vat. And we'll drink his health in nut brown ale, and we'll raise our glasses high. For before that he can live again, John Barleycorn must die. John Barleycorn to the hangman's gone, and his tale I will unfold. For Robin loyal Englishmen of the silver and their gold, in a grave unmarked by cross or stone, John Barleycorn is lain. Work in progress, the summer's rain have come and gone, and he rises up again. So we'll strike him down, and we'll bind him round, and we'll serve him worse than that. We'll grind his bones between two stones, and we'll bung him in a vat. And we'll drink his health in nut brown ale, and we'll raise our glasses high. For before that he can live again, John Barleycorn must die. It is my profound hope that one day, when Molly or Rory sees this video and hears me singing this song, they're not driven to violence against me. You know, could happen. I'm pretty good about that. I was actually in a key that I could sing. Being a tenor and a short-necked, high-voiced, broader than rectangular oblong tenor, a lot of things that I sing. A lot of things that are in the range that I can sing in aren't in the range that other people can sing in, and it becomes very awkward after a while, and occasionally painful. Thanks, Ashley. I dig it too. I mean, it's a great song, and it's a Faire song. The lines about Captain Drake and being at war with Spain does put us firmly in the Elizabethan Renaissance as opposed to the Tudor Renaissance, but I'm sure we could come up with something because England was at war with somebody through the entire time period. So I might just have to, edit that as we go. I like it. I think I'm going to have to mark up my notes, which are over here on the screen you can't see, because I've got chords written in the chart for the first verse and the chorus, but I think I'm going to have to put the chords in the other chart in the other verses as well, just so that I don't keep glancing back and forth between two columns trying to map where I'm supposed to play this chord and get myself messed up in the manner in which I got myself messed up earlier. You saw it. You were there. You witnessed it. Oh, that was a good one. I'm keeping that one in the repertoire. That's fun. That is good. I like it. There's a couple other songs I'm working on, and as my confidence level in them grows, we'll see what goes. Oh, I also got to sing with Rory a few years after that as part of the Heart of the Forest circuit that we had for a little while, and I got to sing Hey Boy with him, and that's just it's a good, doofy, entirely problematic and not at all correct song written by an incredibly randy English dude. So yeah, that worked out there. What a segue. Speaking of, now, for those of you who do not know, who are out on the West Coast, because I'm getting West Coast people and East Coast and Texas people coming to this video and this video cast, and I really dig that. Captain Peaches is the mighty Keith May, and his character Captain Peaches is the keeper of the combs and hairbrushes of Her Majesty Margaret, Queen of Scotland and the Isles, and occasionally Wales. It's a whole long list of titles, and I don't have them memorized because I don't have to. This is an original song that I wrote, and I started writing it like 3 or 4 years ago, and then figured out, finally, I had this burst, and I completed it 2 weeks ago, and played it for the first time ever on this very live cast about 2 weeks ago. Let's see if I can remember what I'm doing here. I don't have notes, I just have chords. Yes, we sing of thieves and noblemen who sail the bounding seas, but this here ditty ain't about a single one of these. I sing of a daring swashbuckler who spans the boundless reaches, the mighty, mighty corsair who is known as Captain Peaches. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the lady speechless. There's not a pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. Those are notes entirely different from those I've sung before. Can you tell? I don't know, we'll see what fits. He sails the endless bounty on the mighty raging queen, a ship the likes of which you poor land lovers never seen. She's got 16 gilded cannon and the decks are always clean, and tea is served quite promptly every day at 4:19. Punctual. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave ladies speechless. There's not a pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. Queen Margaret's royal hairdresser, his bravery knows no bounds. His enemies quake when his cry to the pits with them resounds. Yes, that's Peach Pits. He fears his enemies have when at his mercy quite compound, for he leaves his captured foeman better groomed than when he found. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the lady speechless. There's not a pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. His ship in Scarborough Harbor has a special pride of place, but it can't say very far with pastel curtains made of lace. It was a choice, but the captain and his ship our art we never will replace, and once he pays his fees, he's free to depart from this place. He owes rent, so batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the lady speechless. There's not a pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. There's not a pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. I have to go back and play the last time I did this song and compare what I just sang to what I just sang then. Now, you see, in folk music, there's this thing called drift, where you have the original song, and then you have the song as it is performed by other people. Drift usually implies more than one person singing the song. I bring my own drift to the party. Oh, good Lord. What was I thinking? Now, I want to talk about this next song. This will be, I'm going to do this, and if you've heard it, from me do it, and if you've been on the West Coast, you of course have heard it, because it is written by and performed by the world-famous Poxy Boggarts. Ta-da! But I have done it because what I did is I took the song and I took a piece of software which broke out all the chords, and I got the chords for Long May the Burlap Wave. However, one thing I discovered, which was extremely annoying, is that the way that a particular chord on the ukulele is played, it's a real pain, a literal pain, a literal pain. Yeah, Quigley's telling me everybody drifts their own songs. Quigley is also the author of a song that I have drifted right off into the ditch, come up the other side, went over the cul-de-sac, into the culvert, came out through the marina, and just rammed into the side of the dock until it impaled itself, and we're calling that a song, which is The Captain's Log, which is another song I have done on more than one occasion. But the thing, getting back to my original digression in regard to Burlap. Burlap is a fairly simple song as chordage goes. There's like D, G, A, And that's all fine. The problem is B minor. Now, B minor, oh God, requires you to put a bar across everything on the 2nd fret and then press down 2 frets lower on the G string. Now, the biggest challenge here is the bar part, because in order to bar correctly, and anybody who plays a stringed instrument that has frets on it understands the angst and anguish that is involved, you've got to get equal pressure across every single one of those strings. And it's actually not hard with that, but then you have to get one more, and you get that, you hear that thunk? That thunk means that my finger is either interfering with one of these strings, or that this finger up here is not pushing down properly. And it was that kind of thing that caused me to sprain my thumb many years ago. So bad. Well, it was a sprain or a strain. All I know is it hurt like hell, and I had to actually have like a brace on it. And held my thumb up in the white guy, how's it going mode for many, many weeks. So, I decided to try it on a different instrument. I just happen to have this one. This is Barry. Barry is a baritone ukulele. There is such a thing. Baritone ukuleles are relatively new. They've only been around, I think they've been around for less than 100 years. And effectively, in a lot of ways, come on tune, you bastard. It is basically a 6-string acoustic guitar with the lowest 2 strings taken off. Which means that if you know how to play an acoustic guitar, you can just about play a baritone ukulele. This particular baritone ukulele was obtained from a pawn shop for like $40. And the B minor chord on this is easy. There's no barring. There's no barring at all. Of course, it also plays a slightly lower tone. And so I'm going to see how this works out. I'm going to attempt to play Burlap, and we're going to see how it goes. And we're going to see whether or not I'm able to maintain a lower tone, or if, in fact, I go for Damn the Torpedoes, ramming speed, high tenor near the end for the big finale. Join us, won't you? Long may the burlap wave, it protects us again from the sun and the rain. The road into heaven is paved with burlap both coarse and fine. We cover our heads and linen our beds, much stronger than lace and much softer than twine. Majestic and proud, it doth dance in the air, our great Savior Burlap, that ne'er leaves us bare, with colors both bold and pure. It blocks out the sun when it is well hung, and none can escape its lure. For men sail across the seas, they fight mighty wars, sell their daughters for whores, to be under its cover like me. Here we go, it's gonna get weird. Majestic and proud, our burlap doth wave, and when I am dead, hang an old sackcloth upon my poor grave. Just fly in the sky, the material, imperial. Long may the burlap wave, I gotta sing the high part. Long may the burlap wave. No casualties! No casualties, no casualties. I didn't break my thumb. Hot damn! All right, yes! Well, hi. So that was good. And once again, I wind up dragging out more instruments than I really probably should have to. But that's because I will do anything I can to mask my general lack of talent. All right, well, let's talk about this for a little bit. We got the tip jar out there, and there have been 3 crazy, magnificent lunatics who have actually given me cash, despite my saying they don't have to. PayPal.me/theadequate, Ko-fi.com/theadequate. Anything that you guys give me will go towards things like webcams. I already have a pretty awesome microphone, which is up here. You can't quite see it. Let me see if I can cheat. There it is! Look at that! Oh, look at that mother! Oh my gosh! Got that for the podcast. The podcast is currently on hiatus. I say that every week until it's not on hiatus. Let me see here. Get back on track here. And we got SoundCloud.com is where a lot of the stuff I have recorded lives, including the 4-part Serenity Shanty Reaver Johnny Reaver. Yes, really, you heard me right. It's a Serenity sea shanty, and it goes there. And I sing all 4 parts myself. Ham, I Got No Pants, and a bunch of other goofy little short songs. You can find all of the shows I have done here over here at Facebook.com/TobiasTheAdequate. That's where I archive them all. I try to get those up there pretty quickly. I also get them onto my YouTube channel, which is YouTube.com/MPLaguerre. I usually do that like in a big chunk near the end of the week. Let's talk about Carpe Diem Comics, which is the official emotional support comic shop of Tobias the Adequate, the Troubadork Show, the Adequate Podcast, and anything else I do, operated by Shadow and Liz out in McKinney, Texas. You can find them at... I gotta keep pointing in the wrong direction. CarpeDiemComicsOnline.SQUARE.SITE. They are doing curbside pickup. You folks out there, support your local comic shops, support your local gaming shops, support your local craft stores. They don't have a big corporation behind them, and the odds are good they didn't get a lot of that there fancy stimulus money. So, but if nothing else, buy gift cards. Buy gift cards. That's a love letter to your future self. It's a true story. All right, Patreon.com allows you to support adequacy in our lifetime. This is Patreon page is patreon.com/theadequate. I have 4 mighty Patreon patrons right now, John and Brian and Lorena Alicia. And they're all chipping in $1 or $2 a month. And again, that money also goes toward webcams and better equipment. Right now, I am kind of cheating because I'm using a camera that's attached to a laptop that the day job gave me because I am an IT guy and I got to pick my own equipment. One day I'll probably not have this job, and I'd still prefer to have a camera to do these shows. So, yeah, up in the air. If you can't afford it, do not panic, do not fear. I will not stop doing these shows until they start sending me back to my day job where I have to commute. The reason I'm doing these shows right now is I don't have to drive home. It's my non-commute show. See? Pretty cool, huh? You can also find all the archive shows at youtube.com/MPLaguerre, the Troubadork playlist. Yes, indeed. So, that's it for this one. I want to welcome some folks who I have not seen for a while. It's cool to see you out there, Relly. Cool to see you out there, John. Once again, I'm on Tina's big TV, which is a little bewildering. And yeah, baritone ukulele, it's an interesting thing to have. I actually learned about the baritone ukulele from young Davy the Shantyman, who is part of the Sea Dog Slam, by the way, if you ever are into Sea Dog poetry, or poetry in general, or steampunk poetry, or just poetry and pirates poetry, and any of those combinations. All right, that's everything from this time around. One more show, and that's tomorrow. I have no idea what I'm going to do. We'll probably do some more stuff, and I'll talk about some more things. And you folks have been absolutely spectacular once again. I'm going to do a quick little transition over to the card, because that's what I do every time. And then I'm going to do a very gradual transition over to the blackout, because that way I can put the little cards that YouTube likes me to put at the end of my videos without having them be on top of my face, which I think is a pretty good idea. I kind of hope you think that way too. All right, y'all. Take care. See you next time.